I'm Quinn. This is a cover of my favourite. Hey, my name is Quinn, and this is a cover of me. No. Hey, I'm Quinn, and this is a cover of Confidant by Birds and Trees. Hope you enjoy. What the fuck? Hi, I'm Quinn, and this is Confidant by Birds and Trees. Enjoy. You didn't want a boy to free you. You just needed a comfort. Hi, my name's Quinn, and this is a cover of one of my favourite songs, Confidant by Birds and Trees. Enjoy. You didn't want a boy to free you. You just needed a confidant. Ow. Oh. Didn't want a boy to free you. Just needed a confidant. Want to understand you. I'm just fighting for them once. There would be anything for you. As long as there's chaos nights. You're my warm, calming companion. Like the sweetest cup of tea.
I have to fucking sit here. What's your name?
What?
I asked what's your name?
Quinn?
Nice to meet you. I'm Evie.
Why are you talking to me?
Well, you just transferred here, and I don't really have a lot of friends, so
You seem so, I don't know, nice, extroverted. How do you not have any friends?
people think I'm weird, or too much, or both. Scares them.
Yeah, I get that.
So, what's your favorite color?
What?
What's your favorite color? Come on, humor me. I just want to get to know you a bit.
Mine, it's purple.
No way! Mine too. See? We really have so much in common.
What's your comfort meal?
Mac and cheese.
Oh no, mine's pizza.
Well, the most important one. What's your favorite band?
At the moment, probably Birds and Trees.
Birds and Trees. It has been my favorite band for like 3 years now.
Not beating the weird kid allegations then.
I wouldn't want to.
Me neither.
So, what's your favorite song?
That's a really hard one. I really like Confidant or Ramblings of a Lunatic. I was introduced to the band through Ramblings, like everyone else, so it holds a special place in my heart. What about you?
I don't know. There's like so many songs that I just love, but with like extensive reasons. But my favorite would have to be I Don't Want to Be Angry Anymore.
What are the others?
With the reasoning, I don't want to bore you.
You won't bore me. I love listening to you.
You know you just gave me permission to yap face.
I know.
I've seen you walking around. Maybe you've noticed that we've existed around the same kind of circles, and I than strangers, more than strangers.
I don't understand why they had to shove a romance subplot into basically every film. Like, just let people be friends. It's so frustrating.
I don't know. I don't mind, I guess. I haven't really noticed it.
Maybe it's because I'm aroace, but it just feels like they're rubbing it in people's faces, you know? People who don't want to date or, you know, they're not ready. Whether because that's, you know, their sexuality, trauma, or whatever. And the media perpetuates the idea that being single is bad and having a partner is something that makes you whole. And I hate that because it's just untrue. If you want any sort of media with no romance, you have to seek it out. And even within that, the representation often sucks. And they're hardly ever the main character. And after all that, assuming the character's sexuality has been confirmed, when it comes down to it, the tiny bit of good representation we do get, people find a way to ruin it. They get shit with other characters or pushed away from the spotlight, or their sexuality just gets completely ignored, and no one seems to care. It's disproportionate, the amount of aroace characters compared to other queer characters that get shit with someone they wouldn't be attracted to. People in the fandom will get, rightfully, annoyed if, like, a confirmed lesbian is shit with a man, for example. But when it comes to us, no one seems to give a shit. I think it's because people don't really understand, but is it really that hard to put in some effort and do a tiny bit of research? Sorry. This just gets me so... Ah!
I've never seen you that annoyed.
Yeah, not a lot of people do. I got comfortable with you. Welcome to Milan.
I like it here. I would like to stay here a while. If that's alright with you.
Of course it is. Idiot.
Quinn.
Hmm?
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
How did you know you were aroace? Like, did you ever wonder that maybe, like, you just didn't find the right person, or you were making it up, or... Sorry. I didn't mean to make you upset. I was just curious, just wondering.
No, it's okay. I get it. I did, a bit, anyway. I didn't know what the term was for the longest time. I just assumed it was normal, and I'd eventually fall in love. I first heard about asexuality through an Am I Gay BuzzFeed quiz I did. I know, it's kind of stupid. Blame the lack of representation. But then I did a bit more research and thought, oh shit, this is me. I didn't want to admit it though. Since I was a child, I'd always idolised the idea of love. For years I dreamt of white picket fences, dogs, children, and some mystery spouse. I never thought about them much. I guess that was a major clue. It took me 2 years to accept I was asexual. I think I'm still mourning a life that could never be, you know. Even though I know I haven't really lost anything, I've lost the idea of a perfect family and falling in love and having one person beside me for the rest of my life. All the friends I've had have fallen in love and left me for their partner, and to be honest, I'm just waiting for you to do the same.
I would never leave you, Quinn. I promise.
Thank you, but wait until you meet the one. Then you'll change your mind. I won't blame you, it's fine. I would do the same in a heartbeat.
Would you?
I don't know. It doesn't matter anyway, it's never going to happen.
When did you realise you were aromantic too?
That was when I was dating the first and last person I ever did. Hunter. They weren't controlling, just pushy. I don't think they understood. I don't blame them for anything. It was my fault, if anything.
You don't actually love me. You don't want to hang out, you don't want to hold hands, you don't want to hug.
Quinn, you know you can tell me whatever you want, right? What happened?
Not now, Hunter.
And
You know I hate public displays of affection.
You hate all displays of affection.
I'm sorry.
Emotional suppression, my coping. Hi, this is a ray of light, and it's about allowing yourself to fall.
Wait.
There are 4 types of bed. Morning, I discovered. Now be a dashboard. It will cut tight cross around our fingers. Halloween night when the grass would never last. We didn't have the fancy. I wrote 2 songs about our lives. Nice, so fantastic. And from my Christmas bag, you got me a earring made of plastic. Now I lost my peace and my mind began to fray. I allowed fall into disarray.
Quinn, it's 11:45. Are you ready for bed yet?
Yeah, nearly.
And the fans are so lovely. I've never felt as safe in like a group of strangers as I did at that concert.
Aw, I wish I was there. I'm glad you had a good time though.
I promise. I'll get you tickets next time. I'll pay for them if you need me to.
It's a date.
Speaking of dates, I've been researching recently about you know, like platonic relationships and being aroace.
Go on.
Well, I don't know if you've heard of the term queer platonic relationship or QPR before. I mean, it's not a well-known term. Not a lot of people in the community themselves even know about it. I mean, I didn't find out about it till recently, and it's not, you know, it's not.
Quinn?
Sorry.
What are you apologizing for? I mean, I don't know a lot about the term, and like, but I've heard of it, and I think it's some kind of like dating for like platonic or like getting married or something like that.
Well, yeah, it can be. The general consensus is that it kind of seems to be, you know, like it can be anything you want it to be, like Barbie.
The term was created to give people a way to describe their relationships that don't fit into the social expectations of platonic or otherwise relationship. And that could be a platonic life partner, but from what I gathered, it can have endless definitions. I mean, the point is that it doesn't really have one definition, and it's not exclusively for aroace or queer people. A lot of people who get into QPRs are aroace, but you don't have to be, and that includes straight people. The word queer here indicates something different, abnormal, outside of society's boxes.
Do you want to keep it?
I think if I found someone who made me feel safe and happy, someone who I trusted, and who I could see a future with, who could see a future with me, I think maybe.
What about me?
Huh?
Would you want a QPR with me?
You've only just found out what it is. Are you sure?
Quinn, listen, I like you, okay? I really like you, and from being honest, I didn't understand it at first because it wasn't romantic and it wasn't sexual or anything like that. And I never felt like the same platonic attraction to anyone before, but you just explained everything in one word, And I know it was kind of sudden and rushed in, but why wait?
Aren't you scared or anything?
Why would I be scared? I'm doing it with you. And I know we'll be okay, no matter what. Quinn, look, I love you. And I would love if you would be in a queer platonic relationship with me.
Yes, absolutely. I love you too. I was just too afraid to say it in case you didn't feel the same. You know, I've had people tell me that they pity me because I'll never fall in love. Romantically, they mean. But I think they're the ones that deserve pity. I mean, they go through life looking for the one, when really what they needed was in front of them the whole time.
I don't think they need pity. Pity gets you nowhere. I think they need education and experience. You know, if you just tell people, then maybe they'll tell some more, and then, you know, maybe some people will actually start to understand.
Like the butterfly effect. You know, the theory that a butterfly flapping its wings can cause a tornado.
Yes! We can make butterflies together!
Thank you.